If you're a man who wants better desire, stronger performance, and a steadier sense of confidence, not only in the bedroom, but across your life, today's video is for you. I'm Dr. Katherine Harris, and I help men rebuild sexual health from the ground up. In the next minutes, I'll walk you through 3 high-impact habits that consistently improve male sexual health. They're simple, scientifically sound, and realistic for busy lives. No gimmicks, no risky shortcuts, just a focused plan that works when you work it. Before we begin, a quick reminder: sexual health is not just an on-off switch. It's a living system that reflects your heart and blood vessels, your hormones and sleep, your stress and mindset, your habits and relationships. When men treat sexual health as a performance test, they miss the deeper story, the daily inputs that make performance easy, natural, and sustainable. Our goal today is to build those inputs so your body can do what it was designed to do. Here's our roadmap. Habit 1. Train your circulation and your core strength, especially your pelvic floor, on a daily cadence. Habit 2. Live in a hormone-friendly rhythm through sleep, nutrition, and alcohol boundaries. Habit 3. Regulate your nervous system and mind, because arousal and satisfaction rely on a calm, focused brain as much as a capable body. I'll explain the why, give you exact steps, and then offer a 1-week starter plan that you can begin tonight. Let's start with habit 1. Train your circulation, your large muscle groups, and your pelvic floor. Sexual function in men is, at its core, a vascular event. The better your blood flow, the easier your body delivers what your mind desires. That means we prioritize 2 forms of training: cardiovascular work for your arteries and strength work for the muscles that support posture, drive, and pelvic stability. Then we add targeted pelvic floor practice, brief and precise, to improve control, pressure, and endurance. Cardio first. Aim for what's called Zone 2, most days. Moderate intensity where your breathing is steady, you can talk in full sentences, and you're sweating lightly. Brisk walking on an incline, cycling, rowing, or swimming are excellent. The target is 30 minutes, 5 days per week. Why Zone 2? Because it trains your mitochondria, improves endothelial function, the health of your blood vessel lining, and supports nitric oxide availability, your body's natural vasodilator. Translation: better circulation, better responsiveness, and better recovery. Now, strength. 3 sessions per week, 30 to 45 minutes each. Focus on the big patterns that recruit lots of muscle and challenge your core. Squats, hip hinges like deadlifts or kettlebell swings, horizontal and vertical pushes, push-ups, bench press, overhead presses, and pulls, rows, pull-ups. Keep reps in the moderate range, 6 to 10, so you can build strength without grinding yourself into fatigue. Strength training supports testosterone, insulin sensitivity, posture, and joint stability. It also improves how you carry yourself: shoulders open, chest tall, hips aligned, which quietly boosts confidence and the mechanics of movement that matter in intimacy. Then, pelvic floor training. For men, the pelvic floor is a sling of muscles that support pelvic organs and control urination and ejaculation. Strong doesn't mean always tight, it means responsive, able to contract and also relax on demand. Here's a simple routine. Once or twice daily, practice 8 to 10 slow contractions. Imagine you're gently stopping the flow of urine and lightly pulling the base of the pelvis upward. No breath holding, no squeezing the glutes or abs hard. Each contraction lasts 3 to 5 seconds, followed by a full release for 5 to 7 seconds. Finish with 3 to 5 quick pulses. Do not overtrain. The goal is coordination, not constant tension. If you ever feel pelvic tightness or discomfort, shift focus to relaxed diaphragmatic breathing and mobility in the hips and low back. A specialized pelvic health physiotherapist can help tailor this. Add 2 micro habits to make habit 1 stick. First, walk after meals, 10 minutes is enough, to support blood sugar and circulation. Second, hip and hamstring mobility, 2 minutes per day. Tight hips and low back stiffness reduce pelvic blood flow and limit movement. Sit less, move more, and let your hips breathe. How do you track progress? Use easy private indicators: your weekly exercise consistency, your resting heart rate trend, your morning energy, and the frequency of spontaneous morning erections, which often reflect overall vascular and hormonal health. You're not aiming for perfection, just a steady upward trend. Habit 2. Live in a hormone-friendly rhythm. Sleep like it matters, eat like your blood vessels depend on it, and set wise limits around alcohol. Your hormones are not made in the gym. They're made in your body's rhythm, especially during high-quality sleep. If sleep is chaotic, testosterone, growth hormone, and insulin sensitivity all suffer, and your libido and mood will show it. Start with a 90-90 pledge. Protect the first 90 minutes after waking and the last 90 minutes before sleep. In the morning, get outside light in your eyes, no sunglasses if safe, for 5 to 10 minutes. That light anchors your clock, stabilizes cortisol, and sets up deeper sleep at night. In the evening, dim screens and overheads. Keep your bedroom cool and dark. Avoid heavy meals in the last 2 hours before bed. Target 7.5 to 9 hours of total sleep, and be honest about caffeine, no later than 8 hours before bedtime. If snoring, gasping, or unrefreshing sleep are issues, talk to a clinician about assessment. Untreated sleep apnea quietly sabotages energy, mood, and sexual function. Nutrition, next. Think circulation plates. Build meals around vegetables and fruits that support nitric oxide and antioxidant status. Leafy greens, beets, berries, citrus, plus quality protein, fish, eggs, poultry, beans, Greek yogurt, and healthy fats, olive oil, nuts, avocado. Include whole food carbohydrates to fuel training and stable energy, potatoes, oats, quinoa, legumes, while watching portion sizes. For many men, carrying extra visceral fat around the waist depresses testosterone, inflames blood vessels, and increases insulin resistance. That's why the scale isn't just cosmetic, it's hormonal. If fat loss is a goal, emphasize protein at each meal, move after eating, and stop grazing mindlessly at night. A note on micronutrients. Most men do well when they reliably obtain zinc, magnesium, and vitamin D through diet and appropriate sun exposure or routine supplementation when needed. You don't need megadoses, you need consistency. If you choose to supplement, do so thoughtfully and talk to your clinician, especially if you take other medication. What about alcohol? Here's the plain truth. Alcohol is a nervous system depressant that can reduce arousal, fragment sleep, and impair performance even when it feels like it's taking the edge off. Limits matter. Decide on a weekly cap that matches your goals. Ideally, fewer days per week, fewer drinks per sitting, and none within 3 hours of bedtime. Many men notice better sleep and stronger morning energy within 2 weeks of tightening alcohol boundaries. 2 more quiet hormone thieves: chronic dehydration and environmental exposures. Drink water throughout the day, clear urine by early afternoon, slightly straw-colored by evening is a helpful visual. And avoid repeatedly heating food in soft plastics. Use glass or stainless steel instead. You won't fix the whole world, but you can control your kitchen. Habit 3. Master your nervous system and mind, because desire, erection, and satisfaction rely on a calm brain, focused attention, and healthy patterns of stimulation. Performance anxiety is normal, and it's common. The moment sex becomes a test, your sympathetic nervous system can spike. Heart racing, shallow breathing, tunnel vision. That's the opposite of what the body needs for erection and arousal, which favor a more parasympathetic, rest and digest state. Practice a 2-minute pre-calm ritual daily so it's automatic when you need it. Sit or stand tall, exhale slowly through your mouth, and let your shoulders drop. Inhale gently through the nose for 4 counts, exhale for 6 to 8 counts. Repeat for 10 breaths. Add a 30-second body scan, jaw, throat, chest, abdomen, hips, each on the exhale. This trains your nervous system to downshift quickly. Second, protect your attention. Modern life offers endless screens, constant novelty, and a flood of sexual stimuli that can desensitize real-world arousal. If you feel your attention is scattered, create simple rules. Devices out of the bedroom, a closing ritual for work 60 minutes before sleep, and, if needed, set clear boundaries around explicit content so your brain remains responsive to touch, connection, and context. The goal isn't moral judgment, it's sensitivity and presence. Third, communicate. Sexual health improves dramatically when men stop guessing and start talking about pace, comfort, preferences, and boundaries. You don't have to deliver a speech. A single sentence like, "Slower is better for me, and I'll tell you when," can transform the experience. Consider scheduled intimacy as a positive choice rather than a lack of spontaneity. Anticipation can be its own form of desire. And remember, many common medications can influence sexual function, including some antidepressants, blood pressure drugs, and hair loss medications. Never stop a prescription on your own, but do bring concerns to your clinician. Often there are alternatives or strategies to reduce side effects. Now let's pull this together into a 1-week starter plan you can begin tonight. Day 1. Foundation evening. Set your room for sleep. Dark, cool, quiet. Choose a realistic bedtime that gives you at least 7.5 hours. Move your phone away from the bed. Write down your 3 habits for the week: circulation and strength, hormone-friendly rhythm, nervous system calm. Morning of day 2, get 5 to 10 minutes of outdoor light as soon as you can. Day 2, circulation zone 2, cardio for 30 minutes. After dinner, walk 10 minutes. Pelvic floor routine, 8 slow contractions, 5 seconds on, 7 seconds off, then 3 quick pulses. Before bed, 2 minutes of hip mobility and your 10 calming breaths. Day 3, strength, full body session. 5 movements: squat, hinge, push, pull, carry. Keep 2 reps in the tank each set. Hydrate. Eat leafy greens and a protein source at each meal. No alcohol tonight. Lights dimmed 1 hour before bed. Day 4, rhythm, prioritize sleep hygiene. Caffeine cutoff 8 hours before bedtime. Add beets or arugula at lunch for nitric oxide support. 10-minute walk after your largest meal. 2-minute calm ritual before lights out. Day 5, strength plus presence. Strength session number 2. In the evening, have a short supportive conversation with your partner, or if you're single, write a few lines about how you want to feel in intimacy. Calm, connected, unhurried. This is not fluff, it's intention. Day 6, cardio plus boundaries. Another 30 minutes, zone 2. Decide your alcohol plan for the weekend. How many drinks, how far from bedtime. Keep your device outside the bedroom. Pelvic floor practice again, easy and precise. Day 7, recovery plus reflection. Gentle mobility, a nature walk if possible, plenty of water. Review your week. How many workouts? How was sleep? Did your energy rise? What small adjustment will you make next week? Repeat this 7-day loop 3 times. Most men feel noticeable changes within 14 to 21 days. Steadier energy, better mood, and more reliable performance. Remember, we are building capacity, not chasing a single night's result. Small wins, repeated, become your new baseline. Let me answer a few common questions I hear in clinic. What if I've had inconsistent erections for months? Think of this as a friendly alarm that your cardiovascular, metabolic, or sleep health needs attention. Begin the 3 habits today and also book a check-in with your clinician, especially if you have risk factors like high blood pressure, high cholesterol, diabetes, smoking history, or a family history of heart disease. The point isn't to scare you, it's to be thorough. Are supplements the answer? Supplements can support a solid foundation, but they cannot replace it. If your sleep is poor, your stress unmanaged, and your blood vessels deconditioned, pills won't carry you far. If you choose to use any supplement, keep it simple, avoid megadoses, and coordinate with your healthcare provider. Can pelvic floor training backfire? Yes, if you turn it into constant clenching. Overtight muscles can reduce blood flow and impair function. That's why we pair brief, precise contractions with full relaxations and diaphragmatic breathing. If you experience discomfort or feel unsure, see a pelvic health physiotherapist. What about quick fixes? Fast solutions often ignore the system. Our approach improves the system, which improves performance, and it respects your long-term health, your heart, brain, and metabolism, not just one metric tonight. Now let's make this practical with exact daily anchors that keep your habits alive even in busy weeks. Morning anchor, light exposure, a big glass of water, and 2 calm breaths before you look at your phone. This takes 2 minutes and sets your hormonal tone. Afternoon anchor, a short walk after your largest meal. If you can lift today, great. If not, do 5 minutes of bodyweight movement, squats, push-ups on a counter, slow hip hinges. Done is better than skipped. Evening anchor, screens down early, a clear boundary around alcohol, and your 2-minute calm ritual in bed. If you like numbers, pick 2 you'll track. Workouts per week, aim for 5, 3 cardio, 2 strength minimum, and bedtime consistency within a 60-minute window, 5 nights out of 7. If you prefer feelings, track 2 instead. Energy on waking, and sense of calm before sleep. Scores of 6 or higher out of 10 most days mean you're trending in the right direction. A brief word about identity. Many men postpone change because they're waiting to feel motivated. In reality, motivation is a result of tiny actions, not the starting fuel. When you complete a 30-minute walk, you cast a vote for, "I am a man who takes care of his circulation." When you choose water instead of that second drink on a weeknight, you cast a vote for, "I am a man who respects tomorrow's energy." When you practice 10 calm breaths before bed, you cast a vote for, "I am a man whose mind follows my lead." Identity grows by these votes. Cast them daily. Let's also normalize that sexual health naturally fluctuates with life. Work stress, illness, new parenthood, grief, travel. The goal is not to never dip. It's to rebound faster because your foundation is real. If you face persistent difficulties, or if pain, deformity, or sudden changes occur, seek medical care promptly. Early attention saves men months and years of quiet struggle. To make your first week even easier, here's a minimalist grocery list aligned with our plan. Leafy greens, spinach, arugula, beets, berries, citrus, olive oil, eggs, Greek yogurt, salmon or tuna, chicken thighs or a plant-based protein, oats or quinoa, potatoes, beans or lentils, walnuts or almonds. Add sparkling water with lemon for an evening ritual that replaces that extra drink. Keep portions natural and satisfying. You don't have to be hungry to get healthier. For training, here's a simple A-B strength plan you can cycle. Workout A, goblet squat, push-ups, counter or floor, 1-arm row, suitcase carry. Workout B, hip hinge, kettlebell deadlift, overhead press, dumbbells, lat pull-down or pull-up progression, farmer's walk. 3 sets of each, 6 to 10 reps, stopping 2 reps shy of failure. You're training skill and strength, not punishment. If you're brand new, hire a trainer for 1 or 2 sessions to learn form. It's an investment that pays you back for years. For cardio, choose the modality you'll actually do. If your knees complain, try cycling or swimming. If you love walking, add a hill or incline to lift your heart rate. If you're already fit, consider 1 short interval session per week. 8 rounds of 20 seconds faster, 100 seconds easy, in addition to your zone 2. But remember, more intensity is not always more benefit. Consistency wins. And finally, remember why this matters. When a man reclaims his sexual health, he doesn't just change one part of his life. He changes how he stands, how he speaks, how he sleeps, how he shows up for the people he loves. He becomes more patient because he's less exhausted, more present because his mind is less scattered, and more confident because his actions align with who he wants to be. That's the transformation available to you when you commit to these 3 habits. So here's your closing assignment. Tonight, write down your why in 1 sentence, something that matters to you, not to anyone else. Tomorrow morning, get outside light, drink your water, and move for 10 minutes. Then schedule your 2 strength sessions and 3 cardio sessions for the next 7 days. Put them in your calendar like appointments with your future self, because they are. Decide your alcohol boundary for the week and your bedtime window, and practice 10 slow breaths before the lights go out. I'm Dr. Catherine Harris. I've seen men change their lives with these 3 habits: circulation and strength, hormone-friendly rhythm, and nervous system mastery, 1 quiet day at a time. Start where you are, use what you have, and let each small action be a vote for the man you're becoming. If today's plan helped you, share it with a friend who needs a practical, respectful roadmap. If you want a printable checklist, let me know and I'll craft one for your next week. Your sexual health is not separate from your overall health. It is a clear signal that your system is working well. Build the system, honor the process, and watch your results compound.